So to initiate the event, please all welcome the Presidential Advisor for Entrepreneurship, Chair of the ASEAN Business Advisory Council of the Philippines, the founder of Negosyo, Mr. Joey Concepcion!
The last 14 years, Negosyo has been advocating that the way forward for our country to succeed is that no Filipino should be left behind. Digitalization is not only pro-all, but pro-poor. This is why the Alliance has come together with Negosyo, created this massive event called Sign Up.
Magnegosyo saan ka secure ng future mo, ikay laging ligtas. Delivery na mabilis, dala mo grab food so fast. Gusto mo laging kompleto, para mo lang grocery. Bakit di ka mag-Lazada o kaya ay mag-Shopee?
2 years and 7 months na po ako sa Angkas. Dati po akong restaurant manager ng isang fast food chain. 6 years po akong restaurant manager. Ang basic ko dati, nung restaurant manager ako ng isang fast food chain, 30 hanggang 35,000. Sa Angkas, sa isang linggo lang, kaya kong kumita ng 10 to 12,000 a week.
Nakatambay mag-grab food ka, kahit anong menu ang gustuhin ay maiahatid niya. May nalimutan ka ba peles, gamit at mga materyales.
Nag-start ako in 1 unit, isang sasakyan. Tapos sinamahan ko ng sipag at tiyaga. Kasama lahat ng problema. 4 months ako tumira sa sakyan. Hanggang ngayon, may hawak na po ako ng 12 units. Meaning, isa na po akong operator.
Ito nang pinakahihintay, magnegosyo saan ka secure ng future mo, ikay laging ligtas.
Sa loob po ng 3 taon, una po kinikita ko lang sa sinya sa 2,500 po. Ngayon po kumikita na po ako ng 15,000 pataas. A week po yon. Dati po, umaasa lang ako sa asawa ko na kung magkano lang ibigay. Ngayon po, kayang-kaya ko na pong tumayo sa sarili ko po. Yung 4 na anak ko po, yung 2 anak ko po, kaalis na po, pinagpaaral ko po sa National University, private po yun.
Saan ka secure ng future mo, ikay laging ligtas. Delivery na mabilis, dala mo grab food so fast.
Our shop would not be able to reach what we have right now without those mentoring, coaching sessions, the techniques that they are giving to become an effective seller. So, from a regular seller, we're able to achieve the goals, and every time na may goals kami, na ma-max out namin our target.
Nagsikap po ako na magmaneho, mag-drive sa Grab. So maraming opportunities. Makasama mo yung pamilya, no? Ng mas mahabang oras. Yung sasakyan ko po ngayon, more than 3 years na po. Nakakuha po kami ng sasakyan at nakakuha din po kami ng bahay sa Cavite. Kumikita ka na hawak mo yung oras. Dati po yung sahod ko sa isang company ay 16,000 a month. Yung iba, sumusobra pa.
Convey the message of the President. He is happy that you have attended the summit, and he sees a very good future for this economy, especially under the leadership of Mr. Joey Concepcion.
I have made a commitment in the last 14 years, and next year will be the 15th year of Negosyo. My mission is to help every Filipino out there succeed in life. But in the end, no matter what we do, we can only do so much to guide, teach, and mentor you. But in the end, it is your will, the right mindset that will propel you to success. And it has to be a teamwork. So again, you can bank on us that we will not stop till every Filipino out there has a chance to succeed in life. Thank you.
Congratulations! Clear na si Musa, clear!
Secretary Mon Lopez and myself have been pursuing the vision of giving every struggling entrepreneur out there a chance to succeed.
Together with the alliance here of 30 chambers and organizations, we are committed to this vision.
I believe that by unity, cooperation, and hard work, we shall achieve our aspiration for our country and the good life that we always wish for the Filipinos. Let us work together to realize our hopes and dreams for our people and nation.
Kaya ba natin to? Kaya.
Good evening. Welcome to my fellow negosyantes and welcome to Go Negosyo's Mentor Me Online. Ako po si Anthony Pangilinan. I am a Go Negosyo mentor or Go Negosyo angelpreneur, and I had a company called BusinessWorks, which is into training and consulting. Well, this is a free program, ang Negosyo Mentorship Program, to help assist our aspiring and assisting existing MSMEs. Ibig sabihin po niyan ay micro, small, medium enterprises to scale up their businesses. Well, sa bagay ngayon, hindi siguro scale up, no? To hold up, right, their businesses. To survive at this particular time. May kausap akong isang negosyante, sabi niya, pagod na raw siya sa lockdown. At nagpapasalamat siya na may 4-day weekend. as if there is a distinction today. Well, mapapanood po natin ang Mentor Me Online na libre. We have to keep on stressing that, no? If anybody is charging you for this, please report to us, no? And we will deal with that. Marami po ngayon nag-charge ng hindi dapat, di ba? And you will be able to watch us Mondays to Fridays. Lunes hanggat Biyernes, alas 11 ng umaga, alas 3 ng hapon. Okay? So daily po yan. Of course, I think this Holy Week magkakaroon ng kaunting adjustment. In fact, today is a special edition, 6 p.m. So, minsan lang po ito. What day is it today? I don't know. Sabi nila, hindi na rin nila alam kung anong araw eh. Alam na lang nila ngayon kung gabi o araw. Forget the days because of the lockdown situation. Magtanong, matuto at manalo. Okay? So, tumutok sa Mentor Me Online Facebook live stream. I guess that's where you are right now. Okay? My daughter flashed something. Sabi niya, it's Monday. Thank you, Solana, for that. Tumutok sa Mentor Me Online Facebook live stream ng Go Negosyo page. Okay? Magtanong sa ating mga Go Negosyo mentors sa comment section. You can see that on screen. Okay? And i-like at i-share, okay, ang aming Facebook live stream sa inyong Facebook accounts. Okay? I hope that's clear. Maaring manalo. Ito na, sabi, magtanong, matuto at manalo. Okay? Maaring manalo ng free books from Go Negosyo. Abangan ang listahan ng weekly winners sa aming Facebook page. Mag-comment ng inyong mga mensahe at mga aral na natutunan mula sa ating Go Negosyo mentors. Maaari kayong magkaroon ng chance na ma-feature ito sa ating Go Negosyo comment of the day. So please comment away, right? The more comments, who knows, di ba? Mapili ang isa, may premyo na kayo. Okay? So they can hear the audio, okay, in my other device. You cannot imagine how many devices I am holding at this time. Ibig sabihin, multiple platform po tayo. Okay, let's keep going. Ngayong gabi po, for our Mentor Me Online special episode, we will talk surviving COVID-19. Okay, the Philippines and MSME challenges due to the pandemic. Ano ibig sabihin pandemic? Ibig sabihin napakalaking epidemic. It covers a greater geographical area. In this case, it is all over the world. Okay, and efforts to address these concerns with our special guests. Our special guests tonight. Of course, we have the Presidential Advisor for Entrepreneurship and Go Negosyo founder himself, Secretary Joey Concepcion. Thank you for joining us, Joey. We also have Dr. Jaime Aristotel Alip, founder and Chairman Emeritus of Card MRI. Microfinance po yan. Good evening, Aris. Kamusta?
Good evening, Anthony. Magandang gabi po sa inyong lahat.
You are from San Pablo at this time, right?
I'm in San Pablo right now.
Okay. Ako nasa Santa Rosa. Well, actually, I'm in the border of Santa Rosa and Silang, no? And then we have Father Jovic Lobrigo, board member of the Microfinance Council of the Philippines. Good evening, Father Jovic.
Good evening, Anthony. Good evening, Aris and Jen, at saka sa mga nanonood ng ating live streaming.
Bakit daw Lolo Jovic daw dapat at hindi Father Jovic? Sabi sa akin ni Aris, dapat daw Lolo.
Baliktad,
Ako
si
yung
Aris
lolo.
ang lolo. Oo, doting lolo na yan. Oo.
Okay. Huwag kayong lalabas. Kayong dalawa ang medyo off age
Bakit?
na.
Oy, hindi Hindi
hindi
pa
ba?
ako senior citizen.
Ba't Lolo?
Sa mukha-
Sa... call him a Lolo.
Proud lolo kasi si Aris eh.
Father Jovic is in
Yeah.
Albay.
Yes.
Right? You are in Albay.
Yes.
Okay. And then we have, I don't know if we have him on board already, is the former Secretary of Health, Secretary Manuel Dayrit on board with us already? Magkasama na ba tayo? O hindi pa? Just let us know when he's on board to join us. How about Secretary Joey is already with us? Has he joined us already? Could you give me a shout out, or can you give me? Oh, okay, no, not yet. So he's coming in shortly. Sabi niya, paki-lower daw ang volume nung Facebook Live sa background ninyo. What was that? So, okay na. I've done that already. Yep, that's done. Okay. Let's continue on with our program. So, the Office of the Presidential Advisor for Entrepreneurship has convened a series of meetings to get recommendations from the private sector sa mga negosyante, kung ano kanilang mga advice at this time. Patapos na kasi yung ating 3-week lockdown, and there's a question mark before all of us. Dapat bang ituloy ito? Diba? O dapat bang go back to normal? No? And there are different ideas and there are different opinions. We'd like to hear your own. You are both experienced in disaster management and you're both on the ground. We'd like to hear your views on this. Let's start with Aris. What do you think about this situation on lockdown and the possibility of extending it?
Let me just give it, Anthony, a perspective of the microfinance industry, and perhaps Father Joby can also add to what I'm saying, what I will say.
Sige.
Ang microfinance industry, alam naman natin to, yung microfinance institution providing small amount of loans para yung mga micro-entrepreneurs makapagsimula ng negosyo, normally mga 5,000, and then we keep on increasing habang gumaganda yung negosyo at saka nag-expand. So, padagdag yan. So, today, the microfinance industry has around 9 million clients. And if you look at it, these belong to the low-income vulnerable families. And the translation of this, if we include the number of children and dependents, you're talking of 28% of the entire population of the country. And this is the poorer sector and the vulnerable ones. Yung aming mga clients, right now, ang total portfolio ng microfinance industry already out there is around 70 billion pesos. But because of this lockdown moratorium for about a month, in support of the government, tinigil namin yung collection para talagang makita yung suporta ng microfinance industry.
Kayo ang pinakamagaling sa koleksyon.
Yes.
But we really felt that this is something that we have to do to support our clients. Matuloy ko lang, no? Yung type of clients ng microfinance industry, ito yung mga small business. What are these small business? Yung small business na ito are like the sari-sari store owners, no? The vendors, itong mga maglalako, magtitinda, no? Mga small time nagbebenta yan sa market. Now, what's happening with them now? Because of the lockdown, yung mga vendors, especially yung mga sari-sari store, not only because there's a curfew, but because hindi nila makuha yung o makapamili sa oras at saka sa tama yung mga supplies nila because of this physical barrier, yung lockdown from barangay to barangay in some areas. Doon naman sa ibang area, okay lang. Pero marami talaga yung because of the barangay lockdown, there's a physical barrier. And within the barangay, hindi rin makabili ng husto yung ibang mga nasa publiko kasi naka-lockdown nga. So malaking problema ito. And then yung mga vendors, yung mga maglalako, hindi rin makakuha ng mga paninda para maglako because of this lockdown.
I'd like to get the opinion of Father Jovic. Ganun lang ba ang sitwasyon sa inyo? Kasi you did tell us earlier na hindi ganun kalaki yung effect sa Albay nitong COVID-19.
Hindi ganun, Anthony, dudugtungan ko si Aris. Hindi malaki ang impact sa amin ng COVID in terms of cases, pero yung lockdown ay pareho sa dinidescribe ni Aris.
Okay.
So, we are similarly situated in terms of lockdown, pero yung reality on the ground, like having POIs, PUM na tinatawag natin, or cases, the last 3 weeks, wala po sa amin yun. So of course, we are happy na wala. Kasi, syempre, laking relief din namin yun na the last 3 weeks, actually, I can speak for the whole region Kasi, nag-usap din kami, as I mentioned, bago mag-umpisa yung program, ng chair mismo ng Regional Development Council at yung in charge ng disaster management sa province of Albay. Kaya sila mismo, gumawa sila ng parang color coding ng mga barangay sa buong probinsya na sabi nila, isusubmit nila sa DILG. Nang sa ganon, hindi na baga ganun kahigpit yung lockdown para paunti-unti magno-normalize ang buhay ng mga tao natin sa kanayunan. So, yun naman ang palagay ko ground experience sa context na nilalatag sa atin ni Aris.
When it comes to lockdown, may dalawang opinion kaming nakita sa isang grupo ng mga negosyante. On one hand, sabi, extend natin pero pakainin yung mga tao na nagugutom.
Okay.
Tapos sabi, extend natin pero bigyan na ng suporta ang mga MSMEs.
Yeah.
Wala na silang panggastos, wala na silang, in the end, of course, the hunger of the people will depend on the businesses generated, especially by MSMEs. So what do you have to say about that? Kumikita pa ba ang mga maliliit na negosyo na sinusuportahan niyo at this stage?
Wala. Si Aris anong tawag niyan? Kasi kami, ang actual operation namin ay Bicol lang, samantalang si Aris ay buong bansa.
Ito, may taga-Pampanga pa, si Arceli. So they're watching now, they're listening to us, watching from General Trias. So this is the question everybody's asking.
Yeah.
O sige, for safety, mag-lockdown extension. Paano na yung pagkain ng mga tao na sabi nila, this is not a health problem, this is a supply problem, this is a logistical problem.
Yeah, go ahead, Aris. Sorry.
Thank you. Ito nga yung nabanggit ko, Anthony. Yun lang yung sa small business, yung sari-sari store. Tuloy ko lang, apektado rin dito yung aming ibang mga clients which is in the coastal town, yung mga fisher folks, yung mga mangingisda. Marami silang nakukuhang isda, kung hindi man, hindi rin nakakatawid yung kanilang mga isda kasi nga mga physical barrier na ito. Walang sea vessel na para magtawid dito sa Metro Manila. Ang nasabi ko nga yung Masbate, Marinduque, Mindoro, we're the biggest supplier of tuyo at saka yung mga pusit. Pero hindi sila makatawid because of this physical barrier. Ganun din sa mga farmers, no? Ngayon, harvesting season at saka yung panahon ng pagtatanim, hindi ngayon sila nakakapag-harvest sila pero nakabara ang karamihan doon sa kanilang farm lang tsaka sa barangay. Kasi hindi nga sila because of this physical barrier. Hindi rin sila makatanim dahil walang liquidity. Ngayon, ito ang naman, yung Luzon lockdown sa buong Luzon is quite good. Pero ang nakikita namin dito, kasi everyday nagmi-meeting naman kami, the industry, at saka yung sa CardMRI, everyday nagmi-meeting kami. Meron talagang maraming areas na hindi naman talaga apektado, gaya ng sinasabi ni Father Jovic sa ilang municipality, ilang mga province na wala naman talagang gasinong apekto ng COVID. Kaya ang maganda rito kung from Luzon-wide lockdown, i-shift natin dun sa barangay, selected barangay para makapagsimula ng activity. Problem is, pag hindi natin sinimulan yung business activities dun sa mga pwede na, walang income yung mga micro-entrepreneurs, walang negosyo, walang pumapasok na economy. So mas malaki ang problema. And I think government realized na hindi naman kayang bigyan palagi yung mga tao ng pagkain at saka ng cash. Palagi ko, sustainable yan.
Aris and Father Jovic, I don't want to put you in the spot, but you're on your seat. I'll put you on the spot. And then, what do you think are possible measures that microfinance companies will be taking? Kasi sa big business na pag-uusapan na i-waive yung rent, di ba? Or at least postpone for the next 6 months ang bayaran ng mga rental, di ba? Whether commercial or residential, that's one of the outputs, no, that was resolved among the big businesses. Sa palagay ninyo, if you've not yet made that decision, could you at least give us some idea what are the possible concessions you'll be giving some of your clients or beneficiaries given this situation? As a borrower, ano kaya ang maasahan ko at this time na hindi ako nakikita?
Sige. Alam nyo, Anthony, a day after ng lockdown, nag-usap ka agad kami ni Aris. In fact, si Aris, gabi pa lang ng lockdown, tinawagan na ako, kaya lang tulog na ako. So first thing in the morning, nakuha ko yung missed call niya. Tapos tinawagan ko din uli siya. Sabi niya sa akin, Father, paano tayo? Sabi ko, wala, hindi tayo makagalaw. So sabi niya, ibig sabihin, magmo-moratorium na tayo. So hindi na tayo maniningil sa mga tao natin. Tapos, again, dahil si Aris naman ang tinitingala namin sa industriyang ito, nagpatawag na kami ng national conference at nag-compare notes at nagkasundo. Hindi na tayo maniningil. Ibig sabihin, yung sinasabi niyang 7 billion na nakapamudmod sa mahihirap, sa lower 30% ng ating population, ayun, hindi na yung gumalaw sa mga tao natin since lockdown up to this very day. So, kanina, nagmi-meeting uli kami. So, kung mag-i-extend, ano mangyayari sa atin? Kung mag-uunti-unti nang mag-uumpisa, how do we restart? Yun yung mga tanong ngayon. Plus, imaginein mo, meron kaming 50,000 employees sa buong industriya. At nag-commit din kami, babayaran namin sila during the lockdown. Kaya lang yung, again, ang usapan na naman ngayon, yung iba medyo mahaba-haba yung PC, pero yung iba sabi nila, after lockdown, wala na kaming pampasahod.
Right, right.
So
how do you balance? Paano ngayon yan, Aries? Between those who have a little bit of savings among the the lending groups of microfinance dun sa mga wala.
Okay.
So, paano kaya yan?
Gusto ko lang dagdagan yung sinabi ni Father, no? Actually, si Father yung aming spiritual leader, eh. Kaya, lagi kaming...
Parang mutual admiration society, ha?
We're always guided by the Lord.
He's the shining star kasi tinitingala.
Anyway, una pa tama yung sinabi ni Father, nag-moratorium na kami. So, this will really ease the financial burden of our clients. So, saka na namin tutuloy yun, no? At nakikiramdam kami, if there will be an extension. Pag kami extension doon, pag-uusapan din namin yung the next moratorium. At yung binigyan na nga namin ng pasweldo yung 50,000 staff ng buong microfinance movement. Kanya lang, sa kagustuhan namin ding makatulong, kinakausap na rin namin ang mga funding agency, Land Bank, SB Corporation, and hopefully talk with DBP and other private commercial bank. Very open naman sila at kami natutuwa na sila naman ay handang tumulong. Kaya lang pinag-uusapan yung laki kasi ng pondong pangailangan. So nag-submit na kami ng proposal sa Land Bank, SB Corporation as an industry at malaki nga ang pangangailangan. So naasahan namin na kung makukuha namin at least a portion of the fund, ang ni-request nga namin 70 billion out there. Kung makakuha man lang kami ng 30 billion, ito ang pagsisimula namin to restart the business. So ito yung tinatawag naming rehabilitation fund. And we hope we can get concession from the government na ito ay mababa lang interest rate para maipasa din namin doon sa mga aming mga client. At
so the microfinance institutions are talking to the banks, nag-usap-usap na rin kayo because tinatamaan kayo sa laki ng overhead din ninyo, di ba?
Napakalaki kasi yung liquidity namin, sabi nga ni Father, meron sa amin na hanggang 1 buwan lang, meron mga 2 months lang, 3 months. Just a matter of time, liquidity will really hit us, no? Di naman
what about the borrower? So let's say, again, we're just looking at possibilities here, no? So let's say, hindi sila kinolektahan ng 1 buwan, right? O kung ng 2 weeks, 1.5 months. But of course, pagdating ng Mayo, yung next payment na due. So, magdodoble yan. Do you think there are some arrangements where pwedeng amortize pa yung kanilang payments para hindi naman napakalaki sa isang bayaran pagbalik ng ng normal life after quarantine?
Yeah. Definitely may restructuring yan.
Restructuring, right.
Yeah. Tapos, ipoprolong mo yan. Kaya lang, maraming factors dyan na titingnan. Like, sa mga mahihirap, kung talagang walang-wala sila, so mag-uumpisa uli. So, hahabaan mo din dapat yung PC mo. Kasi aalalayan mo sila para makabalik uli. So, yun din yung figure na sinasabi ni Aris, na yung liquidity problem kasi yung pagbalik ng kanilang hanap buhay ay at stake. Konkretong halimbawa, anihan ngayon. Nakapag-ani sila. Hindi naman nila mabenta. Magpa-planting na naman. Di siyempre, tatakbo na naman sila sa amin for planting. Pero nalugi na sila doon sa ani nila. Di hindi naman namin kailangan pigain yun dahil wala naman talagang makukuha. Pero hindi mo naman pwedeng tigilan kasi wala na silang matatakbuhan. So, that's how it is. So, hahabaan mo talaga ng PC para matulungan sila. Meanwhile, Nabanggit mo nga kanina, yung fixed cost mo at high cost of operation, tumatakbo din yun. So, yun yung that's the real challenge on our part.
If I can ask you from a experience perspective, dahil marami na kayong pinagdaan ng trahedya sa buhay, and you were able to overcome that, no?
Yeah.
And not just talking about microfinance. Sa tingin ko, how can we as a country really overcome this? Because you know what is happening on the ground. On one hand, meron kayong karanasan, but at the same time, we've never had any problem as big as this in the past.
Yeah.
What do you think is the key? Not just to save the microfinance industry, but to save business, negosyo, the entire industry of business. Ano po ang inyong suggestion sa ating mga namumuno, for example?
Well, kami dalawang bagay palagi, and we are non-profit. At natutuwa din kami sa pribileyo na binigay ng gobyerno kasi hindi kami tinatax gaya ng negosyo. Although, again, binabanggit din namin ito ni Aris kasi may banta din sa amin na ititreat na kami na negosyo. So, sino ang dalawang sektor na importante sa amin? Una, siyempre, yung mga nagtatrabaho sa amin, yung 50,000 employees. We cannot operate without them. And therefore, we need to sustain them. That's number one. Yeah.
Is for the entire microfinance industry?
Yes. Now, but of course, they are there because of our clients. So, therefore, kung ano man ang kalagayan, yung resiliency ng ating clients at capacity nila, kailangan din yung suportahan. What do we expect from government? Again, as mentioned ni Aris earlier, yung financial institutions na pinanggagalingan ng aming pera, maghaba din ng PC. That's number one. At sana, hindi kami tamaan ng cancellation nitong aming tax incentive. Kasi talagang dadapa at 30% plus percent of the population ang nakasalalay sa industriya namin. So, yun yung pangalawa. At syempre, pangatlo, i-calibrate yung mga next steps. Parang hindi one size fits all na strategy. Lockdown, parang ganun. Sana naman yung kayang gumalaw sa kanayunan, yung magtatanim, yung magko-construct, yung magsasari-sari store, yung mangingisda, bigyan naman ng space. Although, I would like to emphasize that we support national government effort to ensure na hindi lumala ang COVID. So, hindi natin yan inaalis.
Ito yung parang think national but act local.
Yes.
Think act local. But I really think this is in line with what Secretary Joey has been proposing these past days.
Yeah.
Na karoon na ng customized quarantine and lockdown depending on what is happening on the ground sa barangay.
Parang qualified lockdown. Oo. Tapos, siyempre monitoring.
If I may ask, how do you think in the industry, your industry helped in national recovery? Or even just at this time? Kasi kayong nasa ground This discussion, dapat bang gamitin ang local government for distribution? Yung iba, they go direct to DSWD and to the NGO. The church is also very active. What do you think is the best approach? Because they say this is a logistics issue. It's getting the supplies to the people. Ano po ang suggestion ninyo, Aris, from your industry? What do you think is the right formula?
If we can remove the physical barrier from barangay to barangay, that will help a lot in the movement of people, and that can bring a supply chain, pati yung cost economy. But believe that,
when you say physical barrier, what do you mean, Aris?
Yung mga mga outposts, yung mga barangay tanod, yung lagi na lang merong...
Checkpoint.
But beyond that, gusto ko lang i-emphasize, what is the microfinance industry despite of this difficulty and challenges? Ano ang ginagawa ng microfinance industry? No? I'd like to speak doon sa aming karamihang ginagawa namin. Unang-una, meron ding skeletal force. No? Yung skeletal force, like yung sa microfinance bank, na part ng microfinance, nandun pa rin ang skeletal force. So they can still transact yung kanilang microfinance mga savings. So they can still transact yung mga financial transaction, remittances. So nagagawa pa rin yan. No? Like in the case of Card Bank, open kami doon sa aming tatlong card banking group, no? So we have over 120 branches. It's open all over the country. No? The second one is doon sa microfinance industry, hindi lang naman to show that we are in the business of poverty eradication actually. Yung marami sa amin sa membership, may kanya-kanyang clinics, may kanya-kanyang mga medical at saka nurses na tumutulong din ngayon. So bukas yung aming clinic to the public and to our staff para tugunan at tumulong dito sa health program. Sa katunayan, ang card nagbukas ng sa Facebook. We have a show every day, twice daily. Itong tinatawag naming e-doctor. So yung e-doctor, live yon. At this time, meron kaming naka-live din. So marami ang mga members na nanonood nun. May mga tanong doon sa mga health programs about COVID, about iba't ibang klase ng sakit. This is addressing health issue. Kasi nga, sa bahay, pati yung nakakatuwa kasi lahat ng mga kinukonsulta, sakit ng ulo, high blood, altipresyon, etc., natutugunan ng aming mga doktor. So ano yon? From 9 to 5, may mga response kami doon.
Okay, I will have to introduce our e-doctor also. Meron tayong e-doctor for the entrepreneurial community.
Yung tungkol sa business, we know that there are physical barrier. We never stop because of this physical barrier. No? We saw the opportunity. So nag-create din kami ng isang app at saka nasa Facebook din. Yung tinatawag namin buy and sell. So we created a marketplace. It's a virtual marketplace. So all the clients of ours from the microfinance, pwedeng maglagay doon ano yung kanilang mga itinitinda, magkano ang presyo, gulay ba yan, isda ba yan, rice ba yan, kung saan ang location. And then successful naman, nagiging very successful. We started pilot testing this late last week. So marami ang nagbibilihan. Kasi within barangay, malalaman nila na member pala magkakatabi, puro microfinance client. So nagkakabilihan din. So nagiging maganda, it's gaining a lot of attention. At meron din kaming ginawang yung pinapilot test namin dito, yung tinatawag na mobile palengke. So kinukuha namin yung produce doon sa mga members at kami mismo nagdadala yung aming group, yung aming card group, yung MNLI, dinadala. It's still a pilot test, but hopefully by next week, i-expand na namin sa Visayas at Mindanao kasi mukhang nagiging maganda. So binibili na.
The more you speak, Aris, I'm sure the more you will be commissioned by Secretary Joey to assist in his efforts.
Pero pa rin isa na napakahalagang gusto kong i-point out. Ito ay kasama rin dito si Father, no? You know that we're in the business of poverty eradication. Hindi lamang yung microfinance. We have this microinsurance, yung MBA, yung Mutual Benefit Association. Kahit na may lockdown ngayon, tuloy yung mga claims ng mga members because kagaya namin sa card, we have 149 deaths every day. That includes member, husband, and dependents. Kasi family insurance, MBA. Ang gagandahan nito, every day we're paying about 4 to 5 million pesos every day in terms of claims, accident, nasunugan, etc., etc. So tuloy-tuloy. So ito rin yung pinapakita namin na nakasuspend yung microinsurance pero pagdating microfinance, pero pagdating dun sa microinsurance, the service is there. Kaya ito yung ramdam din ng mga tao na yung insurance program ay talagang nakakatulong. And then we have this just like Go Negosyo, nagtayo na rin kami ng dun sa aming training group sa yung aming institute. Meron kaming training na ibinibigay sa mga members. So sinasamantala namin ang opportunity dito sa lockdown ito, paano ang pag-dry ng isda, kasi nga maraming isda ngayon nakabara doon sa coastal area, at para mas maging productive, hindi mabulok, tinuturo namin yon.
And this is happening, Aris, this is happening online, right? Yung
This is happening online. This is happening online because this is, kasi we don't want to be, yung mga challenges nito, we're turning it into opportunities at nagiging maganda yung feedback ngayon dito. Kanya lang, susugan ko lang, no? So,
I'd like to give a chance first to our e-doctor naman for the entire industry of entrepreneurship who's just joined us. Well, he's been here for a couple of minutes right now.
Joey.
Joey Concepcion, the founder of Go Negosyo. Welcome to Mentor Me Online. Good evening, Joey. You're gonna have to work on your volume. Okay na yung audio. Video mo is perfect. Oh, no, wala naman yung video. Okay, so let's give him a chance to recover. Nag-lockdown, nag-blackout si Joey. Okay. No audio still, Joey. We still have to work on your audio. We can't hear you. We can't hear you. Ayusin natin, ha? Okay, so Joey can't be heard at the moment. Let's just fix the technical stuff. This is probably my 8th webinar in the last few days using different platforms. Meron tayong Webinar Ninja, meron tayong Zoom, meron tayong Facebook. While Joey is fixing his system, maybe we can read some of the comments. Hi Dory and Salve, thank you for joining us. From Camarines, si Salve nandyan. Welmar, thank you so much for joining us also tonight. Anytime you're ready, Joey, okay? Hindi pa. Wala pa rin. Still not working. Audio still down. Okay. Del is saying good evening, everyone. Monday. Oh yes, of course. It's Monday. Yeah, tingnan mo, meron pa ako from Palm Sunday. O kasama pa. Father, yeah. Still have the palms from yesterday.
Yeah.
Princess Soki from Cavite, free online mentor me. Thank you for watching. Joey, can we try again? You think we're able to? Micros are the hardest hit, sabi ni Alexander Flores. Dito with micro lenders, any form of support from government institutions, can't see any light at the end of the tunnel. Well, as mentioned, they're now negotiating with some institutions like Land Bank for a facility, of course, again, with low interest, so they can continue their support. Not just in lending, but actually jump starting para makapagsimula ulit ang ilang mga negosyante na tinamaan sa ating COVID situation. So Joy Concepcion, June is saying, hello, I would like help through livelihood programs. I would like to focus on developing products from almost all byproducts of farmers. Focusing on jewelry and decoratives. Diba? Okay, yeah. From June. So, sinasabi ni Father Jovic to na, at saka ni Aris, people are getting creative, looking for opportunity. But I want to ask a non-microfinance question to Father Jovic and to Aris.
Sure.
So how do we improve the logistics situation, the supply chain? Kasi doon tayo tinatamaan. You mentioned take out the physical barrier. Yun lang ba yun? Is there anything else we can do? Do you have any suggestions?
Ang ano kasi, medyo mahaba-haba kasing discussion ang logistics, and I'm happy na si Joey has been facilitating these things. Kasi hindi lang naman yan parang farm to market eh. Kasi may mga, yung manufacturing din, kailangan mo din yung buhayin. Kasi the whole value chain and food chain, mahaba-haba din. Mahaba-haba yun. At major block yung logistics. Yeah, I'll be happy kung nandyan na si Joey because ang dami niya nang kinausap tungkol sa mga tao na expert in logistics para maalis yung mabawasan yung mga kahirapan nila sa movement of goods sa for manufacturing and for food distribution. So
Somebody mentioned here, Father, damn if you do, damn if you don't situation. Kasi kung i-block mo sila, at least safe kayo physically. You know? Pag pinaparak mo sila, the goods will flow, but sometimes also the virus flows with the goods. So, Aris, what do you think is the compromise there?
Well, I just like to share with you yung inopen namin sa sa internet, yung tinatawag kong platform. It's really creating a good wave and pinakikita that physical barrier can be addressed. It becomes an opportunity rather than a challenge. I'll give you an example, no? Sa Panabo in Mindanao, Panabo is part of Davao, no? It's a municipality. Nung nakita nila na merong marketplace, virtual marketplace na tinayong card, ang nangyari doon sa LGU, doon na bumibili yung LGU sa mga members ng card. So this is a very good example of the relationship between LGU at saka yung mga members ng mga microfinance. Kasi nangyayari ngayon ito doon sa mga doon sa aming membership na yon. So pag nakita yon na pwede mangyari, physical barrier become
That's a very good point, Arisa. What you're saying is, instead of sourcing from the outside, kung meron namang possibility na doon na mismo sa loob, bilhin, di ba? In fact, that's happening right now. No? Mga villages now are coming together.
I used to work with the SWD during the time of Dinky, yung first salvo. And I was the undersecretary for operations. What we do is, pagka kami namimili ng mga dinidistribute na pagkain, yung mga tuyo, doon na namin binibili mismo sa sari-sari store. So that yung economy, local economy, maano talaga, doon mismo. And yun, nakita namin with this, pagka merong information, merong marketplace na ganito, at nakita ng LGU, pwede palang bumili, di maganda nagiging resulta, nagkakatulong-tulong. Although, hindi pa masyadong nadi-disseminate ng stock, but we see that the opportunity is there. It's a very good start now, given this constraint, yung mga barriers na to. Kasi within the community, nagbibilihan na sila eh.
Actually, natatandaan ko yung yung Lion King na pelikula yung sinabi, look inside yourself.
Oo.
Diba? I can see a lot of communities ngayon, mga barangay mismo, nagpo-form sila ng mga grupo from inside saying, sino bang may ganito? Diba? Sino may mga ganito? Nagkakaroon na nga ng bartering eh. Diba? Hindi cash purchases pa nga. It becomes a barter. O kung meron kang counting karne dyan, ako naman may gulay, hindi naman kami nagkakarne, kayo nagugulay, whatever. Then there is now an exchange going on. No? Sariling sikap ng mga barangay. Joey's out at the moment. I'm sure he's trying to fix his technical situation. Pero sa mga bago pa lang pumasok, we are talking about microfinance and what they are doing as an industry. At the same time, we wanted to give Joey a chance, Secretary Joey chance, to tell us kung ano ang update pagdating sa kanilang discussions among other business people on the quarantine situation. Kasi mukhang naririnig natin, the majority of business people nagpa-survey favor an extension of the lockdown for at least 2 weeks. Tapos pagkatapos niyan, as supported also by your statements, Father Jovic and Aris, magkakaroon na ngayon ng selective lockdown or quarantine. Yun lang mga lugar na talagang may kaso, yun ang naka-lockdown, yung iba na nakalaya na, there'll be, hindi naman full open doors, no? I believe that the malls will remain to be closed. Certain restaurants still not accessible, but yung goods, yung pwede nang pumasok, I think private cars or certain public utility vehicles na very strict ang number of passengers per. Yun ang ilan sa mga napag-uusapan. At nabasa ko yung isang recommendation na naibigay na sa task force, no? So okay, so he's still working on it. Nag-in and out si Joey, eh. No, he's coming in and out. So let's see what happens there. Let's take some questions from the floor. Okay, may mga nagtatanong dito. Well, some are greeting us, watching from Italy, si Leslie Centeno Peña. Watching from Italy, God bless you. Epicenter of Italy or of Europe. Since we have a business also there in the Philippines, been learning a lot from Negosyo. God bless and keep safe. Salamat, thank you. Crisis in micromanagement, creativity and innovation in the midst of current socio-economic political scenario. Possible po ba na ma-waive ang rental payment for MSMEs na affected ng closure? This is from Irish Francis. Kung delay po kasi ibig sabihin ay babayaran po rin. Mabigat po ito sa amin dahil wala na po kaming kita, magbabayad pa po kami ng rent. Ang nabasa po natin na bagong patakaran ay 6 months, whether residential or commercial, ang maaaring palugid, no? And hindi naman amortization. So, waive ang payment, hindi naman waive, postponed for the time of the lockdown, and then that amount can be paid on top of your future rent over a period of 6 months. So far, yun ang pinag-uusapan.
Restructuring. Yeah.
Yes. So, thank you, Arish, for that question. Micros are hardest hit. Any support from government institutions? Apart from the microfinance industry, ano ang nakikita ninyong suporta na maaaring may avail ng MSMEs at this time? From private or government institutions? Meron ba kayong naririnig na o alam na pwede nyo i-refer ang ating mga negosyante?
Yung DSWD, meron na silang mga programa. Actually, nagbibigay na ng mga cash at saka doon sa ilang mga qualified at saka food assistance. Actually,
yes. There's cash assistance being given, no? Even without request. Di ba? Pag ikaw'y nasa level na ito, then automatically you are qualified. And I don't know if you heard about this, yung take your leave if you agree. And then kapag naubos na ang leave mo, may access sa government funds to be able to cover for your salary after all your leaves have already been consumed. I don't know about that provision, but I heard about it. No? Meron pa ba, Father?
Yes.
Jovic, naririnig na?
Actually, lahat ng mga agencies that are into the social service, meron silang mga programa, yung DSWD, DTI, DOLE, and then Department of Agriculture. I think the challenge is targeting and then making sure na makakarating doon sa mga nangangailangan yung programa. Kasi kaming nasa baba, kaming nasa kanayunan, nakikita mo lahat yung mga programa sa television, sa social media, pero hindi mo naman maabot. Grabing frustration yun sa mga tao. Gaya ngayon itong amelioration fund. I hope within this week maayos ng ating gobyerno kasi yung national directive at saka yung mga LGUs ay hindi magkaintindihan sa mga pronouncements. Kaya naawa din ako sa mga LGUs, maging barangay at munisipyo. Kasi siyempre, ang batayan ng mga tao, yung national pronouncement na napanood nila sa TV at sa social media. Pagdating naman sa kanila, iba naman yung sinasabi ng LGUs. So, I mean, unfair din sa LGUs. At lalong unfair sa mga tao na umaasa kung hindi nakakarating. So, again, delivery, challenge, and identification of the right beneficiaries of such services.
Joey?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, welcome, Joey. Thank you for for not giving up on connecting with us, huh?
I don't know. This might get cut again. So
Very, so far so good. So we just to give you a quick update. So Father Jovic, Lolo Jovic, and Aris, they've been updating us on what the industry has been doing for first its members, but also for the community as a whole. Um, the fact that the moment nagkaroon ng lockdown, nag-usap si Aris at si Father Jovic na, stop payment na muna, and then magkakaroon ng potential possible restructuring after the lockdown. But the big question mark now in everybody's mind is, up to when is this lockdown? And we know that you've been working on this the past days. So could you give us an update, Joey?
well, Father Jovic and Aris has been with me in the last two meetings with some of the cabinet secretaries. So basically, the composition of the group is basically the business organizations from PCCI, PhilChai, and all those organizations. So together with our conglomerates, many of them in attendance, all the mall owners, of course, all the people that own the airlines, all the bank owners. So many of the conglomerates have a large stake here in this economy. Now, frankly speaking, I don't think anybody has gone through this kind of crisis. Maybe those who've gone through the days of the war, my parents can sort of relate to something as devastating as this. Here, you don't see them dropping bombs in your buildings, in your homes, but here you see basically businesses getting destroyed slowly little by little. And both Aris and Father Jovic are in the forefront of that battlefield because many of our micro entrepreneurs, micro and small, they are basically the ones that provide them the funding that is needed for them to run their business. And as we know that the millions of micro and small entrepreneurs, their cash flow is limited. No, of course, the bigger you are, the more credit lines you have, the more working capital. But many of our micro entrepreneurs, their working capital is maybe good for a week. Some of them good for a day, and a situation like this can really wipe them out. Many of the MFIs have extended the credit. I guess many are just charging the interest and no payment principal. Everybody's going to have to restructure the loans. The banks that are also lending, of course, our MFIs are doing the same thing. Now, how do we get out of this very challenging situation? It all depends on how long this virus will last. When will they find a cure for this virus? In the meantime, the government is doing is to try to contain the virus. How are we containing it? And fortunately, the president called the lockdown at the right time. Of course, there are many critics that say that the government was not prepared for this. By and large, no, I don't think many people have prepared for a situation like this that moved very quickly. And if you looked at it in the earlier days of this epidemic, the Philippines only had 3 cases, and that was so quick. From 3 cases, which were basically imported from China, we're now close to 3,000 plus infected, and many PUIs out there. So what we're trying to do right now is to contain it by locking down. So the lockdown basically, I look at it as two resets. Now, what is a reset? A reset is 2 weeks. In 2 weeks' time, you will definitely know if you have the virus or not, because that's the incubation period of the disease. No? So we passed already the first 2 weeks. So the first reset is out. Now we're in the process of having a second reset. No? So in Yuan, they had three resets. Singapore is going to basically two resets. Basically, two resets is 1 month. No, Thailand has 3 weeks. Most countries are actually doing about a month. No, so we are actually looking at a third reset. No, and that's what they call now the extension when the lockdown expires on April of 13 or 14. It will be extended till close to the end of the month, about April 28th. So that is going to be our third reset. But I'm confident with.
Joey, has that been decided already na yung third reset mangyayari?
No, I'm already assuming that on
Okay.
the worst case, that third reset may happen. So
Minimum yan, di ba? 2 weeks, no? Minimum.
no, we technically, as we complete 1 month, that's two resets. No?
Right.
And I firmly believe two resets is good enough because, of course, what is happening here, we're seeing a surge of cases because the testing has been sorely lacking. No, it's only now that we're testing more, so you're finding out more. So all of those will jump. But there is nothing wrong in doing a third reset just to be sure that the virus is well contained. No, but in the end, I think the real challenge here is what happens after all these resets? What is the risk of the virus coming back? Yes, the risk is still there. Unless we lock down the entire Philippines and don't allow people to come to the Philippines, we ban international travel so we can't go abroad and people can't come here. But that's not realistic. Come December, there'll be a lot of Filipinos who want to see their family here. Now, will we allow that or will we not allow it? So, what I have proposed to the government and together with the business organizations, we have basically proposed a bit 5 points. No, but of the 5 points, I think the most important really here is number one, which is moving. Right now, we're in a Luzon lockdown. Okay, that's locking down the entire Philippines. And why did the president do it? Because it was an emergency. We had to stop the virus from exploding. And I'm sure that strategy will work. When we will see the fourth week, you will see those cases getting less and less. So, but moving forward, after the reset, the two resets, and assuming we do extend another third reset, what is the long-term plan? No? Because I believe we can't let our guards down because the virus is always going to be there unless you lock the Philippines until the day we find a cure. But that's unlikely. So we have to prepare a defense. And the proposal is to really move from a Luzon lockdown and start at the barangay level. Some people were saying, okay, maybe the barangay captains are not good at that. They're not capable of making those decisions. But to me, the barangay captain and the mayor have to be empowered. The the IATF, which is the body that is coming out with these policies under the president, will just have to define the roles of the barangay captain and the mayor when they impose a quarantine on barangays. For example, a barangay that has 3, 4 cases, if the barangay is very small and very compact, then you have to lock down or you have to quarantine the entire barangay.
So in
But if
terms
the
of
barangay,
timing, Joe, in terms of timing lang, so after the 13th, 14th, the proposal is a reset, a third reset.
correct.
That's now 2 weeks. And then after the 2 weeks, hopefully there's a better report already of the results from the test. Magkakaroon ngayon ng selective lockdowns at the barangay level. That is what we
So, so when we finish the second reset, the proposed third reset, if it's approved, will happen. Our proposal basically is after the third reset because they have to prepare for this. So after the third reset, you cannot just let everything go as normal. That's dangerous. You have to have a system, a setup. Now, it is nothing different from what we have today. What I'm just saying is that we don't start from Luzon, going to the province, going to the municipality, going to barangay. No, you
now,
start from the barangay, moving up to the municipality or city, depending. Municipality and city are about the same. A city is much bigger. So you start from barangay, you move up to municipality or city, and then from the city you move up to the province, and then from the province you move up to the region. Or, I mean, like Luzon, the entire. We're looking here at one land base, the mainland of Luzon. I'm excluding Mindoro. I'm excluding Palawan because they're anyway separated from us. No, so that should be the strategy. So
Okay,
who do you empower?
Joey, can I just read this? This is from Leslie. I think she's from Italy. Share ko lang po, I agree with what you told kanina na i-qualify ang lockdown dito po sa Italy now. Ang government studying kung sino ang pwede mag-operate, alin ang need ng tao. Now po, logistics at prime necessities ang open to operate. They did not cut all public transportation to serve our frontliners, but strict sa social distancing and protection. And also, ito police and army all over the country nagbabantay sa bawat bayan. So,
No, yeah, but Anthony, it's very important for me to emphasize what is the structure of your defense, okay? Remember, let's look at this as war. Your enemy is the virus, right? It's plain and simple. The virus is our enemy. What are we protecting are the lives of people and the economy. You're protecting both the lives of people and your economy. So in this we have to have a strategy, and the strategy is what I'm proposing: shifting it from barangay, moving higher. So you said, well, the reason why we're doing it this way, if you do it this way, commerce can continue. Even if you've quarantine a barangay, the trucks, the supply chain, the manufacturing can still function. What you don't want to see is you put under quarantine the entire province, and basically what happens is it creates a lot of disruption from production, from supply chain, truck movement, etc., because there are a lot of checkpoints. So what we want to do is get rid of these checkpoints if you follow this strategy, and that's very important. Now, it's very clear what is allowed today. Essential manufacturing is allowed today, okay? All malls and all forms of entertainment is basically disallowed. There is no public transportation. So in this third reset, we're not asking anything more, okay? What we're asking them is hindi magulo, we continue with whatever was agreed on. So there will be no public transportation. Manufacturing will continue on essentials. We're suggesting to them that since manufacturing is anyway down, baka pwede nyo i-include yung manufacturing that have a demand. Okay? Maybe you can include also construction of government projects that are exposed open air. So these are minor suggestions. That's not so important. No, all forms of gathering absolutely closed. Now, public transportation, it's fine to close it. But if they would like to consider opening the MRT, LRT, then it's fine to do that. No, but that is not a big concern of the private sector at this point in time. So it is after the third reset that is the most critical, Anthony. Because I'm sure with the third reset, everybody will know who is sick and who is not, and we treat those people who are sick. Moving forward, how do you prevent another lockdown? That's the biggest challenge. Because I don't think we can continue lockdown like this. It is definitely going to cost the country so much. Many of our entrepreneurs, with this alone already, will already be shaken out. And I'm sure Dr. Alip and Father Jovic know the implication of a continuous, very stringent lockdown. But yet, I mean, Anthony, we have to keep in mind, no, that while we protect the health of all our Filipino people, life, of course, is the most important. But when the economy is affected, how will these entrepreneurs receive money? Money is what they need to be able to continue their business. Money is what they need to buy food and medicines. Without money, their lives will be affected. They can also die of sickness and of hunger, and we don't want that to happen. So we have to protect both our health, which is primarily, and which also can affect lives, but also that you have to protect the economy because that's the engine that keeps jobs and basically helps people with their livelihood. So that in short, that is what the private sector is trying to do with government in partnership, exchanging ideas, etc.
Joey, thank you for that. Thank you for giving us the macro. That gives us a good idea. Hopefully that is embraced by our leaders, since 90%, I believe, of the people you spoke to in business actually support these recommendations that you've made. Tama ba, Joey?
Yeah, everybody is open and supporting a third reset.
Right.
Because just to nail it, I mean, just in case there are, might as well just do it one more time just to really be sure about it. No?
Now the question is, and I took note of the word you used, si Aris. Sabi niya, the funding that they're trying to secure from banks right now will also be used to help some MSMEs to start again. Ibig sabihin, even as we speak, Joey, the third reset will start on April 15. Paano yung mga MSMEs na wala ng pansweldo bukas? Paano yung mga hindi naaabot ng April 15? Ano ang inyong suggestions to any one of the three? What do you think can they avail of in terms of support? Some of them will not last until the end of April. Wala na sila. Pagdating na nung May 1, nagsara na sila. So, do you have what do you know?
Anthony, yung ibang micro entrepreneurs na sa business ng sari-sari store, yun okay pang business nila kasi they're able to sell food products, delata, and all of that basic, no? Pag nasa food. Pero yung iba na sa retail that are in malls, yun medyo tatamaan. So the government has provided, I think, about 100 billion, and that will be, I don't know, Aris, is that 100 billion that they're providing?
Parang ganun ang amount. Kaya lang, kulang yon.
Yeah, alam natin, hindi kaya yan kasi basically yung working capital nila, parang magre-restart nila uli sa negosyo nila kasi naka-wipe out na yung working capital nila. That's the challenge.
Is that through DTI? Would that be through microfinance institutions? Sa DOL, hindi naman sa DOL, no? Paano yung accessing ng available funding for SMEs?
Yung huli naming usapan ni Secretary Mon, he'll try to get some funds nga from the government, BBM. Parang yung funding, partial funding for the microfinance industry. But we don't know yet, no? But we're talking with Land Bank very seriously and SB Corporation, and they're being very open sa industry namin because they know that we are the frontliners. Actually, this week, our micro entrepreneurs are already feeling the pain. They've been receiving a lot of feedback. Marami nang sasabi pa paano na kami dito. Of course, nandiyan na yung DSWD, DOLE, but I think these are just interim. And I really will go from the Luzon-wide, shifting of the Luzon-wide lockdown to selective barangay.
Right.
Gaya na sabi ni Father Jovic, dun sa area nila, pwede. And countrywide, card as an operation, marami na sa aming mga, everyday nga nagsasubmit sa amin ng mga report na gusto nang magbukas doon sa ibang areas kasi pwede na naman talaga eh. Actually, hindi naman sila tinatamaan, but we have to follow the government.
Okay, that's from the micro side. How about, Joey, yung mga small, medium? Have you heard of any access now to funding so that they can weather the next 4 weeks, for example?
Let's look at the sectors that are badly hit. One is tourism. So that you have got a lot of medium enterprises who have hotels, who have related business to tourism. You've got also the non-essentials, no? The retail stores that are related to appliances, cell phones, all of these things. Those are people that are hit. A lot of our our small and medium entrepreneurs are into retail. No, that's bulk. That's so many of them. And definitely, if you're in the essential area, what are essentials today? Basically, it's food. and not all food, no, basic food, and of course
Alcohol.
pharmaceutical. That's it, and that's part of it. All of that. So those are the two areas that are in demand right now, and that's allowed by government to operate. No, uh, but then again, as Aris was saying, I think I heard Mon say to the Negosyo centers will be accepting people who would like to avail of a loan, but eventually they will endorse this to the government banks, SB Corp, Land Bank, etc., because they have the machinery to be able to implement the distribution of cash. And generally speaking, basically to MFIs, to rural banks, these are the areas, thrift banks, that touch basically medium, small, and micro entrepreneurs. So the biggest concern right now are two areas: market and money. The market is also not there. You can see it. What do I mean by market? The malls are closed. Many restaurants are closed because they're not allowed to open. So you can see all of these franchisees from PFA, AFI, they're not operating.
Right.
Why? Because their venues are shopping centers, are malls. No. So how long will that last? I think for the whole month of April, the malls are closed. Will they open in May? Hopefully, but we don't know for sure. But then we have another factor, Anthony. And this is another big concern I have. With all the publicity that the COVID disease has been getting over the last 1 month, don't you think a lot of Filipinos are scared to go out
Of course.
of their house?
Of course.
So when you don't have confidence, you will not want to spend money or to go around unnecessarily. You will want to stay home, and that's why people are going back to the past when people are eating at home. So the risk there is that the retailers who open up too advanced may lose money because there may not be enough people going to the shopping centers. And how do we bring back that confidence? Because if you don't bring back that confidence, then that will lead to a recession. Plain and simple. If people don't want to spend and want to go out because of fear, that is leading into recession. So the
But
whole world.
it's already been declared, Joey, na meron ng global recession. I mean,
Yes, yes, you can see that. You can see the port of Ricky Razon. It's so full because the manufacturing plants for semiconductors, etc., are not producing enough because the entire world has held back. Nobody is spending for a car today or a house or it's not the time. I mean, in the next, I don't know who's gonna buy today. Make a decision on buying a home. I mean, everybody's conserving their cash for their basic needs. So that is a big challenge. When will the world turn around and bring back that confidence? The only way is when we see that the virus is contained. That is the enemy today. And that's why I'm saying when we do this benchmarking of barangay moving up, we can have a mapping of areas that are green, that means it's safe to go, orange, that is medyo in the middle, and red, don't go. So, in other words, we will have to develop a system till the time of a cure for this virus. Some people say anywhere between 12 months to 24 months. So in other words, 1 year to 2 years. And God willing, I hope it's definitely not 2 years. No, I don't know who's going to be standing out there in 2 years' time. No, so a cure is imperative. I mean, in the end of the day, if you don't really have a cure, the containment of what we're doing is still there. I mean, it can come back. Okay, that's all I'm saying. It can come back. And
round two,
how do
round
you
three.
break that confidence? No.
So Joey, and again, you may, if you have any information to Aris and Father Jovic. So to the retailers, for example, the small retailers, to the franchise owners in malls, are we saying therefore that they can and should expect DTI to make some announcements soon about how they can be supported? Sa kanila ba bang gagaling? Sa DTI ba? Because
No,
you did mention.
I think Aris knows this and Father Jovic that the 200 billion that was released by government, I think half of that goes to the workers and half of that will go to the micro, small enterprises. Now, the medium-sized businesses will have to work their way with the banks. No, I think everybody is going to restructure all the loans, and maybe for a year, only interest will be paid. I think that's the way things will have to shape up. So because the cash flow is affected. The cycle of cash has definitely slowed down. Even us as a large business, we can see it, but we somehow are being blessed because our business is in the food business. But those that are not in essentials, of course, will be more challenged. Now, again, what I'm trying to say is that we are doing our best to try to make the environment as safe. And the proposals of the business organizations and the conglomerates are there for government to really study. But again, I'm sure Aris would know this and Father Jovic. What we have to do in time is if they see that the health situation is improving, I think confidence will go up. But if they see that the health situation is not improving, then how do we expect people to have the confidence to go out? I'm not going to send my kids out shopping or going to the malls and hanging out with friends under this kind of environment, right? Unless, I don't know, Anthony, about you.
No. Kahit na, hindi lang anak ko, kahit na ako, di ba? Kasi sabi nila, it takes weeks sometimes, so just to sanitize one particular place. So kahit na bumukas na hawak mo yung mga handrail, di ba? Pupunta ka ng banyo, flush mo. So it will be a longer time for us to recover and the confidence to go out. Siguro basahin natin ilang feedback.
Meron lang kung idagdag doon, no? Yung Joey.
Sige. Okay.
Anthony. Totoo yan. Yung microfinance staff are really ready. Kaya lang, if the situation is not so good, talagang
ready to what? They're ready to what? They're ready to
go, ready to open our branches kung yung lockdown ma-ease up. Kaya lang, if there is that fear, talagang mahihirapan tayo. Meron nga kami sa yung aming banking group. We have several of our bank branches na hindi na nagbukas kasi hindi na inalaw ng LGU. Pati yung aming mga staff na-expose na rin. So, they're also on lockdown. So, clearly,
I think that online services for the financial industry will be so helpful at this time. Meron ko na balitaan, huwag na natin sabihin yung pangalan ng bangko na they actually are now going to encash your checks. Take a picture of your check from your bank and then send it to them. They will give you cash for it. They're not your bank, huh? So yung mga ganito, nagkakaroon ng innovation within the financial industry. Magpakita kayo ng checking, kahit hindi kami ang bangko ninyo, basta ma-validate lang natin yung picture, we will give you the cash for it. You know, it's a
But Anthony, that has been done in the States already. So this crisis is actually forcing us to understand more online. I mean, we're all now meeting on Zoom and Teams and whatever. We're now using the platform, using more deliveries. So it's creating now a potential for entrepreneurs out there. So you're seeing local applications being developed for deliveries of food and all of that. So there are opportunities even in a crisis like this.
Actually, nagkakameron ngayon ng innovation. This innovation is really make us very creative. Kagaya nga ng ginagawa ng cart ngayon, we open our own marketplace. So nagkakameron ngayon ng information exchange and they buy and sell.
Okay, God forbid, pagdating ng end of April, Joey, the third reset, the numbers are not going down. They're still going up, and it's still as widespread as it was before. That means a further extension of the lockdown. Have you looked at the possibility of this happening?
Anthony, that's not going to happen. I'm sure that even with the second reset and the third reset, we will be able to succeed. I'm very confident, provided that every Filipino follow the rules, stay at home. That's the most important, to be at home during this, because then you are actually contributing to the success if you stay at home. So I'm confident.
Kailangan yung mga daily wage earners maabot at mabigyan sila ng pagkain kasi hindi sila papayag sa stay at home kung wala silang pagkain sa bahay, right? So really the distribution of the resources to feed people who are daily wage earners who have lost their jobs is so important at this time to get their cooperation.
The private sector is also doing a lot. I mean, the Ayala Group, the Zobel brothers, launched a program which raised close to 1.6 billion, and they're working with Caritas to give the communities a check that you can use to be able to buy food. The government programs are on the way. Of course, they're making sure that the recipients are legitimate. So I think that process of being careful under the Duterte administration, he wants to be sure that the right people get the support. No, so
Okay.
these things take a bit of time, and I think they're trying to execute it now. So it's just that this thing just hit us so suddenly. It was like we're like in a perfect storm. Let's look at it that way. Now, go in another topic. How do we creating this structure that I propose of focusing on the barangay moving up? It's not enough. You really have to test uh, more aggressively, and I have to say that earlier on the testing facilities were not enough. The testing kits were not enough. Government is now trying to ramp up by creating more testing centers. But the FDA also approved the rapid testing kits. No, these are very important. The public sector is not allowed to fund the rapid test kits because, according to them, it is not accurate. It is not accurate if taken at the wrong time, but
Uh-huh.
it's accurate if taken at the right time when you have basically the symptoms. So the private sector is going to use these rapid test kits to ensure that their employees we have to house now our employees in the production centers. Why are we doing that? Because many employees don't want to work now. They're scared to go out because of catching the virus. So we're assuring them that if they work in the plant, we will provide them food, we will
Right.
provide them a safe place, no? And we are paying them much more, or else they will not work. So by the rapid test kits, now we can even work with the barangays, with the following the protocols set by government in doing what we call random testing. We have to determine to a random test to see how many people are infected. No? So it's just a screening process that we're trying to do. We have to try to determine where and how strong is the enemy, in what area, to be able to fight this war successfully.
Sabi ni Noli Manuel Alieje, if they fast-track the accreditation of testing centers, the faster we get back to normalcy. They should cut the red tape of the 5 steps, identify, isolate, trace, cure. The manufacturing can go start producing PPEs for everyone. The malls can reopen while maulers using PPE, banks and clients will use PPE. So this is just feedback from our listeners.
Again, Anthony, another factor that will also help bring back confidence is what we also propose, that everybody who goes to a public area must wear a mask.
Yeah.
Everyone. They should not be allowed to enter any public facility without a mask. So that will help also prevent the disease.
Kasi bago lang yan eh. I think it was just less than a week ago where the studies actually showed na mask will help because the earlier, right, advisory was
Yes.
hindi mo kailangan yan unless meron kang symptoms. So ngayon, nagbago na siya, no?
WHO made a mistake earlier
Right.
on by saying you really don't need to wear a mask all the time. But then the real findings in the end is that it is best that everybody uses the mask.
Father Jovic,
Yeah.
you are eager to end the lockdown and go selective because in Albay, you said in Bicol,
Yeah.
hindi kayo masyadong tinamaan. At saka ang dami niyo ng Joey, what he said applies to what you were saying sa disiplina. Because your area, Father Jovic, has gone through so many tragedies and catastrophes in the past. Pag sinabi ng mga leader na itong gagawin, diyan kayo sa Bicol sumusunod lahat. Can you please say that again so that maybe we can learn from you?
Yes. Yung qualified quarantine, that is what our region is proposing. I mean, as I mentioned earlier, the chair of the regional council, the head of the provincial disaster management council, they are already doing benchmarking, identifying, as mentioned, by color coding, green, orange or yellow, and then red. And then, kung red ka, then extra careful and monitoring, and then they don't encourage people to get in. Now, if you are green, then medyo east na yung movement, and then people should live normally. Like farmers can work in their farm, sari-sari stores can open. So selected work, especially from those in the bottom, yung mga selected service sector can already do that, but monitored and at the same time with a clear protocol to do. And then kung may mga pumapasok, then they have to check and monitor also. So may papel ang barangay officials, municipal officials, at lilinawin lang yung mga protocols na kailangan na put in place. But there
Father
will be
Jovic,
sense, yes.
you mentioned that disiplinado ang mga taga Bicol.
Yeah.
Dahil sa pinagdaanan yung mga pagsubok, ano ba yan?
Yeah.
By experience?
Yes. Yes. Remember that the disaster management of the Philippines has been developed from us.
Yeah.
So, yung preemptive evacuation, zero casualty, all of the stuff. We all practice it. When disaster comes, bago pa bumaba yung bagyo, nakarelocate na yung mga tao. So, mga ganong ginagawa.
What is your suggestion, Father Jovic, so that the rest of this country be as disciplined at this time?
Well, ako, ang ano ko lang, parang no one size fits all. Like Metro Manila has a totally different situation than the rural areas. So dapat disaggregated ang strategies nito from a national policy. Kasi hindi mag-a-apply yung reality ng Manila sa reality ng rural areas. So siguro itong dalawa ang kailangan tingnan ng mga decision makers natin. Kasi otherwise, ila-lockdown mo yung mga sa probinsya as already explained by Aris, hindi sila makasabay sa pangangailangan at yung day-to-day needs nila hindi rin matutugunan sa ganun
Meron tayo
pamamaraan.
kay Kurt Cruzalde, and I'd like any one of you to address this. Sabi niya, we are really suffering from the lockdown with almost a month. I'm just a vendor and now not permitted to operate. No income until now. There's no enough support from government, especially DSWD. I think it's not available to all. We are all affected. How do we survive from hunger? Okay lang sa mga mamamayan, ang higit na apektado kaming mahihirap. Please be an instrument of God to send us blessing. I guess
Anthony, you know, Father Joey is correct. When you are out there in the province, many of them are in the open air. If you see the concentration of the infection, it's primarily really here in NCR, especially because of the density of people living per square meter, if you were to look at it, or even per square hectare. But if you go out in the provinces, it is not as compact. So the strategy there is that there should be a different rule in terms of applying a lockdown or a quarantine, and that can be decided by the IATF, no? Because in the agricultural land, it's so wide. You're up in the air. You have definitely social distancing because you're in a very open area. So the enforcement really in the provinces should really be different, no? And I think that would be considered. Because if you were to weigh the risk reward in the province, I think by them being part of this lockdown will really hurt their livelihood. If they're working in a field as a farmer, the risk is extremely low, no?
Okay. We're into our last 5 minutes. Maybe we can have our closing statements. I'd like to give you a chance to give your final thoughts. You know how we can overcome COVID-19 as a country and also as an industry as individuals. Anyone may begin.
Go ahead,
Uh,
Aris.
Let me start. Anthony, you made mention about discipline, no? As far as card is concerned, because we have over 7 million clients, the family clients, no? And that's about 26% of the entire population of the country. And we have over 20,000 staff. In terms of discipline, sumusunod kami sa gobyerno. We have shown that yung social distancing ginagawa namin, even though doon sa aming mga skeletal force in the banking group, talagang sinusunod namin yung pati yung hours. Sinusunod din namin yung wala nang mga center meetings, sinusunod namin lahat yun. So in terms of discipline, I think we're demonstrating the discipline in as far as our clients and the whole Card MRI group, including the entire industry. Talagang sinusunod kami dyan. We're ready to help at gustong-gusto namin talagang magsimula na ng tulong kasi nga may mga tanong din dito, kailan tayo magsisimula. We're just waiting from the signal from our government kung ano na ang magiging strategy within the next 2 weeks that Father Jovic and I are one in our recommendation na i-ship na lang natin yung Luzon-wide lockdown to selective barangay na lang. So that yung mga clients, yung mga vendors na may mga tanong kung paano kami makakatulong, kung masiship yun at saka kung yung mga barangay na ito ay pwede na kami mag-operate. We're willing to do this. And we're willing to help because we do understand what is happening in the field. Kasi ramdam namin yung mga pangangailangan ng mga members namin. Kailangan nila ng liquidity. They want to restart the business and we're willing to help with the rehabilitation program. At yun namang kung ma-restart yung business, sama-sama na yan. Yung sari-sari store, gagana yan. Yung mga vendors, gagana na yan. Because there are already people making the production. So the microfinance industry is very vibrant. We have 50,000 strong. And we can really help.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Alex. Yes, Father Jovic. Lolo Jovic.
Yes. We start the Holy Week season. And so we can siguro bring to the Lord all the difficulties and challenges that we have. And hopefully, as a country and as a people, we can look forward to an Easter with hope, with confidence, and a resolution to better move forward as a people. Salamat po.
We shall resurrect again, huh?
Yeah.
Salamat. Joey, our mentor of mentors.
So, Father Jovic and Aris are really in the forefront of this whole challenge because the people that they are helping are really the people who really need it most, no? Money and really access to funding. And of course, their market is also important. And if we are to try to improve the poverty level here and bring them to greater prosperity, we really have to focus on our MSMEs, which is 99.7% of the entire business community, if you were to consider them as entrepreneurs. And we've been at this for the last 15 years in helping many micro, small, and medium enterprises. And sometimes when you see an incident like this, a big, big challenge, you wonder all the time that you've spent in helping many of these people in their businesses. I mean, you wonder why is it that way, and you sometimes question God. We're doing everything we can, and why send this kind of challenge? No, and sometimes maybe we don't have the answers to that. And in the end, maybe this is what brings every Filipino together, no? As brothers and sisters, to show compassion, to show how much we can help each one go to this crisis. In the end, I guess it's the process of helping one another that brings the best in us. And in times like this, when this is one of the greatest challenges that I've ever seen, in ever since I've been an entrepreneur, it it will definitely bring the best in us if we tend to and want to help each one. And I'm sure that there will be a light at the end, and Filipinos are very prayerful, and we should continue to remain in our faith and pray that there will be a solution. To a large extent, us as human beings, we can find solutions, but in the end, there will be certain solutions that we cannot solve, and we have to let it be our faith that in the end God will provide that way, and that's why prayers indeed are important in a time like this. And I hope that every Filipino who's listening to this show tonight, do not lose confidence and do not lose your faith in God that we will definitely surmount this big challenge. So I'd like to thank Aris and Father Jovic, and of course you, Anthony, for being part of this program. I mean, this is, you see, Go Negosyo is now from an offline platform. We're now really going more online. So thank you again.
Thank you very much, Aris. Thank you, Father Jovic. Thank you, Secretary Joey. Maraming salamat. It's a holy week. Thank you for the reminder. Even Jesus himself said, if this cup can be passed, if I do not have to go through this, but your will be done. And thank you for reminding us, Joey, that because of this, we've come together. We've never been closer. And hopefully together we shall overcome by His grace. Maraming salamat. Thank you very much, and God bless you.
Thank you.
Okay, as I wrap up, let me just remind you, wag po natin kakalimutan mag-comment ng inyong mga mensahe sa mga aral na inyong natutunan ngayong gabi mula sa ating mga negosyo mentors. Okay, maaari kayong magkaroon ng chance na ma-feature sa ating Go Negosyo comment of the day. What is your comment of the day? Use the hashtag, okay? Hashtag #MentorMeOnline and also hashtag free negosyo mentorship. So that's two hashtags. Hashtag #MentorMeOnline and free negosyo mentorship. So magkakaroon tayo ng comment of the day at meron kayong premyo. Just an announcement before I say goodbye. Help fight the COVID-19 outbreak in the Philippines. Cortex, a subsidiary of the Concepcion Industrial Corporation, just announced the launch of We Care. We Care, okay? We connect, act, and respond to emergencies. We Care, yan ang ibig sabihin niya. Non-profit emergency response platform that connects individuals or groups willing to donate resources to emergency and support organizations. For example, hospitals. Okay, that urgently require assistance in times of crisis. The platform is 100% free and now open for pledges and requests. Can I get this? Let's help our medical frontliners in their fight against COVID-19 by pledging the much-needed resources. Register now at www.wecare.ph and join their FB page. Okay, FB page is We Care platform. Okay, We Care platform. Subaybayan ang ating mga susunod na Mentor Me online every 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. Ito po si Anthony Pangilinan, a mentor of Go Negosyo, an angelpreneur. My daughter said, Solana gave me this note, sabi niya, love yourself. Yes. Please take care of yourself. God bless you till we meet again. Maraming salamat, Go Negosyo. Maraming salamat sa inyong lahat.
Prosperity cannot only be for the few. And focused on the sector that is the most challenging is the agri sector.
agriculture and agribusiness have played and continue to play an important role as a driver for social and inclusive growth and through agriculture-related value-adding activities.
Since 2016, the Office of the Presidential Advisor for Entrepreneurship has helped our agripreneurs achieve success and bring about prosperity for all. Now, marking its 15th year, Go Negosyo, together with the Department of Agriculture, in partnership with Shopee, go even further to revolutionize the agri-sector and empower our rice farmers in this age of digitalization. Introducing the Magri app, an online free-for-all rice market. Magri allows consumers to search and buy produce directly from nearby local rice farmers. Users can also view updates on rice suggested retail price and seasonal item demands. Magri is an innovative tool that promotes inclusive and sustainable growth. And together, we will rise for the Filipino rice farmers.
Agri is really the game changer. It is the solution to the biggest problem in this country, poverty.
I believe that by unity, cooperation, and hard work, we shall achieve our aspiration for our country. Let us work together to realize our hopes and dreams for our people and nation.
The Magri app. Download now.